Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to Great Men Taking Over the World. I'm Brent, and there's been a lot of hooting and hollering over that there Red Dead Redemption 2 game lately, and, got my hands on it, and just gonna take a quick look and see what I think of it so far. So, saddle up and let's dig in. Okay, enough of that crazy cowboy nonsense. Red Dead Redemption 2, what can I say about this game? Been a whole lot of hype about it leading up to the game, some controversy with the whole 100-hour work week, big epic game for the PS4 and Xbox One, coming to PC later on. It takes 2 discs, 100 gigabytes to install it. Crazy epic game. It's pretty much Rockstar's most ambitious title yet, you could say. And shout outs to my girlfriend Kaya for getting the game for me, because I was actually only planning on renting it, probably getting it later on, but it was actually all rented out at the Redbox that I was going to get it at, so she actually went out and got it for me. So thanks so much, Kaya. Appreciate it. I did play Red Dead Redemption about 6 years ago, a little bit after it actually came out. Got me all into the whole open world western type theme, and I thought the game was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And I was wondering if they were ever going to make a sequel, or in this case a prequel, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually a prequel to the events of Red Dead Redemption 1. It takes place about, I think 12 years earlier than the first one, and there are some characters that coincide, like the main character you play, John Marston, in Red Dead Redemption 1 is actually in Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. And all those people in the first game that you're tracking down as part of the story, the old gang that John Marston was a part of, you actually see how they are together in this game. And so in Red Dead Redemption 2, you play as Arthur Morgan, and he's part of the Van der Linde gang as well. And you guys are outlaws, up to no good and all that stuff, just robbing trains and this and that. The gameplay is actually pretty similar, obviously, to the original, the core mechanics. It's still kind of GTA, basically, with the map system, with shooting, cover system, basically riding horses to destinations, tracking down enemies, all that kind of stuff. It's all pretty much the same in that manner. But I guess where it really differs is the presentation itself. It definitely takes it to a whole nother level. Not just the graphics themselves, which are really phenomenal. You'll see all sorts of details of the snow and the tracks through the snow. Just really awesome, mountain scenery, the fur on animals, and just things like that. It's really, really, really awesome. And so besides being a graphical powerhouse, this game is very immersive. You have to take a bath when you get dirty, and you have some chick wash you and stuff. I mean, it's just so many different crazy details. You're going to have to shave because your facial hair grows back. You're going to have to clean and take care of your horse, your weapons. And, that could sound a little bit tedious in a way, and sometimes it can be, but it's just really cool to see the extent of how they're kind of taking this whole level of immersion with this game. And it's definitely something else once you get yourself into it, because that's another thing is it could be a bit overwhelming in the beginning just with how many different kind of button commands you have to do and different little item management and this and that and things of that nature. But once you play it for a good while, you definitely get the hang of it, and it's this game kicks ass, man. I'm gonna say it right off the bat. I'd say it's definitely worth the hype. It's still more or less the same kind of GTA mechanics, so it's not groundbreaking in any way like that, but this game is a whole heck of a lot of fun. It really puts you into the Wild West. All the different missions you can do, from robbing trains, going and catching bounties on criminals, tying them up with lassos. One of my favorite things was when you go track this one guy down and he jumps in the river running away from you. You basically have to go chase his ass down with your horse and lasso him up and hog tie him, throw him on your horse and take him to jail. This shit's fun as hell. Other cool missions like just starting fights in the bar and beating the shit out of dudes in the mud, and those these really awesome mud effects going on. Other random missions like just going to the bar, getting drunk with your buddy, and then you're just looking for him while you're just wasted, and it's got these weird distorted effects on the screen going on to kind of simulate drunkenness while you're going around looking for your buddy, screaming, "Lenny! Where are you, Lenny?"
Been looking all over for you, Lenny. How many have you had, pal?
All this different type of stuff, It's really, really fun. The world is outstanding, it's huge, vast. Riding your horse, you get different types of horses. The voice acting is top notch. It just feels like you're watching a high budget movie. During the cutscenes, the characters are all just, rugged, tough, believable. Arthur Morgan, he's a badass. It's really fun getting in this world. I'm just gonna say that.
East, into all that civilization.
I know. The West is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss, let's get warm.
And in some ways, I mean, this game definitely feels like it's inspired by Shenmue in the sense of the immersion where you're like going into the store, almost like, the tomato convenience store, picking up items and looking at them all up close and whatnot, and opening up individual drawers, things like that. Definitely reminded me of Shenmue. You can, open up books or catalogs and see all the information about new guns that you want to buy, and you can read all the details right there. This is like it's definitely a level of immersion that I haven't quite seen yet, so I'm gonna have to give Rockstar props for that, just putting that level of effort and detail. Of course, the whole thing with, the horse testicles will shrink when it's cold, and just all sorts of crazy details. The criticism I have of the game is that it feels a bit like, weird and hard to move at first when you're indoors, in particular, when you're moving around as Arthur. Throughout the rooms and stuff, it feels a bit kind of stiff and sluggish. I think they're really trying to emulate, realism with like the weight of his body and all that moving around, but it just kind of turned me off at first. I mean, I definitely got used to it and whatnot, but it still feels a bit stiff in certain ways, but it's in no way, shape, or form kind of gonna hinder the gameplay experience. I mean, you get used to it and you kind of just forget about it and totally get back in the game, so it's really not that big a deal. Just a small little criticism for when you start it up, The learning curve of this game does take some time, so that's why I understand why they do have like, the typical long tutorial intro for this game that they do have for a lot of open world type games before they completely let you loose in the world. As we've streamed not too long ago, it was definitely a bit overwhelming at first with all the stuff you got to figure out. For me, at least, all the intricacies and nuances. But once you start playing for a while and it all comes together, you really start getting into this game and appreciating it quite a bit. I can't wait to explore all the other different lands that you can go and see all these crazy characters and missions and mini games and everything this game has to offer. So anyways, guys, that's Red Dead Redemption 2. My impressions of it so far, I really do enjoy it. Can't wait to get back to playing some more of it, and we also are going to have some multiplayer coming later on down the road. So this game is definitely worth your money. There's no crazy microtransactions or any of that bullshit you see in a lot of games these days. So if you're interested at all in open world type games or Western themed, even if you're not that into Western, it's just really awesome. Check this game out. There's a lot of hype and people are loving this game for a reason, so I definitely can't recommend it enough. I'm not going to give it quite a rating yet since I still need to play quite a bit more and get a whole cohesive sense of it before I can give it a full rating.
Go on!
So guys, tell me what you think of Red Dead Redemption 2. Is it something you're looking forward to getting later on? You already bought it, beat it, 100%ed it, looking forward to that multiplayer, or do you just not really interested in it at all? You hate it, or you find it boring? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll never miss an episode. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all our updates. And so until next time, adios, amigo. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Woohoo! Yeah! Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, I'm sticking you up. That's right. That's right. You better subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, what the fuck am I doing? Okay. And so until next time, fuck. And so until next time, fuck. I ain't no gunslinger. Maybe I am. Maybe